Maybe you just discovered this brand archetype concept and you're curious, or maybe you had the major epiphany moment that I did when I first discovered these several years ago. I'm going to share in this video why brand archetypes are so gosh darn powerful and give you links to some of the resources that can help you learn more about your archetype, figure out what your archetype is, and also how to incorporate it into your brand to attract more of your ideal clients. Hello, welcome. My name is Kaye Putnam. I'm the psychology-driven brand strategist. If you're here, if you already know about brand archetypes, chances are you have either seen or taken my brand archetype quiz. It's been taken over 100,000 times so far since I first released it in, when was it? It's been online now for several years, over 3 years for sure. And we might even be coming up on 5 years, but over 100,000 times. And I think the reason why it resonates so much with not only entrepreneurs, but college professors and people who are teaching at business conferences and fellow creatives like designers and copywriters, they all reference back to the quiz, as do I when I'm working with my own one-on-one clients in our design brand strategy agency. It's because it's so useful. We're bombarded constantly with so many different ideas, so many different strategies and things that we should do in our business. The archetypes give us this beautiful opportunity to just do more of what comes natural to us and what we are incredibly great at. It allows us to lean into our genius. When I first discovered archetypes back in 2013, it was through this serendipitous rabbit hole of internet links where I ended up on this website. It looked like it was built in 1995 on like GeoCities or Angel Fire, for those of you fellow geeks and nerds out there. GeoCities, fun fact, was the platform where I built my first website when I was 11 years old. I didn't have very many friends that summer. Don't judge me. But anyway, so I found just these descriptions of the 12 archetypes. And as I was reading through them, I had these moments of recognition because all of the most successful entrepreneurs, celebrities, businesses that I knew of, that I followed, that I was trying to emulate, all of them all at once, I suddenly could see how each of them embodied one or two of the brand archetypes and never more than that. It gave them this incredible filter and focus to become not a character, but it gave them the focus to become more of their best selves in their brand. And whether they were doing it subconsciously or if they knew what the archetypes were, it doesn't really matter. I didn't know what my character was, what my persona was, my personality was, the emotions that I wanted to spark or create in my brand, all of those things that the archetypes can illuminate for us. I was a hot mess express when I was first starting out online. Like I said, I thought I had to be like everybody that was successful, and I had no idea what my own strengths were. I couldn't see them. I know now that humans are just notoriously bad at seeing ourselves. It's really hard to recognize our own strengths. We might be quick to see our own weaknesses, but we don't see our own strengths very clearly without the help of either a tool or somebody like a brand strategist who can point these things out for us. So I was stuck in this land of being awkward and ineffective and hustling and working so hard and not seeing any results from my efforts until I started leaning into my brand archetypes. And once I realized that I was a mix of the magician and the sage archetypes, it literally felt like I was turning around. I had been swimming upstream against the current up till this point. And once I started being more of myself, I got rid of the girly, hey bombshell that I had on my website. I stopped worrying about being perceived as somebody who, had like this high-end luxurious service with my it factor service that I tried to sell for a short time. And I also released some old parts of me, the washed up high school athlete that thought it was a good idea to have a Monday morning kick in the pants YouTube series that are really embarrassing and still available on my channel if you really want to go back and see what a dramatic difference embodying my archetypes has made for me. So I leaned into that, and it was only then that I started fully booking out my services, that I was able to start charging prices that were profitable and not just break even, that my services and my courses became in demand. I was no longer operating at that freelancer commodity level where the only thing matters is price. I was able to elevate above that to create a desirable brand. And more than that, one that is so authentic and true to who I actually am. My entire life, I've been putting on masks and trying to fit in or trying to be the person that I think other people want me to be. And the archetypes gave me a powerful tool where I could stop doing that. I hope they have the same effect on you as well. If you want to find out what your brand archetype is, head over to my website. There is a button right at the top to take the brand personality quiz to help you decipher. It'll actually present to you your top 4. I always recommend that people choose 2. It helps to have a primary and a secondary so that you have enough variety in your brand that it feels uniquely you. And then it's not so much that you're trying to be everything to everyone. Also know that you have veto power. So even if the quiz pops out different answers every time you take it because you're putting different answers to the questions in every time you take it, you still have that ultimate intuition and veto power. So you can decide what your top 2 archetypes are that you resonate with the most. Also, lean into all of the free resources that I've curated and collected over time. So I have my Pinterest boards for each of the archetypes. I have a video here on my YouTube channel for each of the archetypes that gives a more immersive experience into what each stands for. I have collections curated on Unsplash of stock images for each archetype. And then some paid resources as well. I've curated collections on Creative Market of like templates and logos and fonts and different things that you can incorporate into your brand without even paying a professional designer that are going to be on brand and on archetype for you. And then if you want the full shortcut, my full treasure chest of ideas, insight, and inspiration for your archetype, definitely check out my brand fluency archetype courses. There's literally a course for each of the 12 archetypes, so 12 different courses, each of them designed to help you make decisions related to design, copy, and strategic decisions in your brand that are going to fit your newfound archetype awareness and in turn attract more of your ideal clients to you on that gut psychological level. All right, I could go all day about archetypes, but I wanted, and I have other videos here on the channel that you can reference to learn more about archetypes as well. But I wanted to just give an update about why archetypes? Like why spend your attention? Why spend your time learning about them? And I hope and I know that when you lean into this knowledge, you will have some of those profound shifts and results that I had in my business and continue to have in my business. The cool thing is that human psychology algorithm doesn't change. So we're still going to want love and truth and wisdom and all of those things that the archetypes connect us to 100 years from now, 200 years from now. This is timeless work that is in turn very high leverage. It's not something that's going to go out of style or be out of date in a year or 2. So it makes sense to get this right, to get that clarity, to get that truth, so you can build your brand on truth and not on trends. I appreciate you so much. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll get noticed. I don't know why I always say that word. You'll get notified whenever I publish a new brand building, business building video that will help you attract more ideal clients, teach you what I know from 15 years in this business and brand building utopia and from behind the scenes of hundreds of clients and thousands of students that go through my courses. All right, till next time, guys. I'll talk to you soon.